All right, what is up, guys? Today we are going to take a look at some of my gameplay footage from previous game that we played around Christmas time. I did have the flu. We're both kind of had the flu here, but I kind of want to teach you guys, or not teach you guys, but show you guys like why I make the decisions that I make. I'm kind of watching these back essentially for the first time. Aside from like looking for the footage. I wake up and she's like, "Oh, can I play?" So we start off. I was like, "Okay, well, you know, you wanted to go." We started off the night in Papa's house, Route 66, and it was a pretty good game. You know, it's kind of quick play, warm up type of game. Sure. And now we're hopped into comp. Competitive has been really good for us lately. A lot easier, I want to say, than quick play has been. Quick play has been super sweaty. Competitive has been sweaty, but not like we're all fighting for top 500 type of thing. And it's been treating us really well, so I thought maybe we would play that a little bit more. And it's kind of these games show like our thought process more so than quick play does. Quick play just kind of shows like the fun that we have and like the idea of the small ideas of what we do. And as you can see here, I do hear Sombra in our backline, and I try and focus her a little bit because I know that if she takes down our supports, it's going to ruin everybody's time. She does unfortunately get out. We do track her down right here. Throw a random helix out, just kind of get that damage output, happen to get the echo, which is great. I reposition to the left side, give the flank plus cart movement, helps give me mobile cover. And I further go with the flank because I know the Ana is going to be positioned in the backline somewhere, so hopefully I can catch her on the rotation or, you know, at least force her to reposition so that my team can get her. Obviously in Overwatch, high ground is great. Obviously right here it pays off in spades as the soldier can't even get back. My buddy gets to follow up on the echo for me, which is great. I should point out that my duo is our Ashe. And truthfully, this game is actually really, I do remember playing this game. It was a lot of fun. So we'll go back to that in a second here. The soldier fighting in the doorway, never stand in a doorway to fight. You kind of frames yourself as a target. So if you're, you know, I think they call it the fatal tunnel. It's an easy target, right? You just shoot between the door and you hit. Obviously, it's unavoidable in some situations here in Overwatch, but it is something that you gotta be wary about. I unfortunately fall victim to environmental death thanks to the hogs, a whole hog. That's okay, our team was going down. Oh no, actually, I was going down, so it's okay. I do like the comp that we're running here, the Ana against Hog. Once you get the Hog antied, it's kind of useless. Half his kit is gone. So we push bridge, and unfortunately our tank gets taken out, and then my duo, our Ashe, gets taken out. I try and kite back, but obviously the hook is about a mile long and takes me. I do a quick Widow swap here. I did want to ego chow a little bit. Widow shots have been feeling pretty good lately. If you guys watch any of my previous videos. So right here I can hear the soldier, and I know he's overextended a bit, so take that free kill. I get kind of lucky with the Bastion. He never got healed. And now the enemies know that there's a Widow out on the field, so they're trying to play coverage a little bit more. I opt to not reposition to the high ground here, which in hindsight probably could have ended this fight maybe, you know, 4 or 5 seconds sooner. But on the flip side, it also could have ended it in a bad way where our team loses the fight. try and get some cover. As a sniper, it's nice that you can kind of hide behind cover and take that pressure off your supports. Because if I go main anywhere near cart and I'm in the fight and I'm half health and my the entire rest of my team is half health, it makes their job a lot harder. And that's when people start to complain, like choose healing priority essentially. I can back off a little bit, play a little bit of poke, take the coverage if I need to, and I don't want to say because of that, but because of that we were able to keep the Ash and our tank up as well. Take the early pick. Widow Echo. Ana tried to ego chow me, so I decided, you know, I'm not gonna let that stand. They do have positioning advantage right now, and unfortunately I can't do much from where I was. I definitely overextended. I played a position I shouldn't have, and it pays off for the enemy team. The Widow, or our Mercy, does take my one shots, which is great. If you're a support character, your job is to not heal bot the entire time. Your support is meant to support. You know, if they see an enemy that's one and the entire team is full health, well, take the advantage, throw out a couple random pot shots if you have to. I overextend again, or not overextend, but I played that wrong. I should have just held back, let the last remaining member of our team die, and we could just regroup and reset. Unfortunately, you know, you get kind of that tunnel vision. I opt this time to go left side, reposition a little bit, which you guys see in a later video, but you play different angles, right? You don't want to keep standing in the same angle. It makes it predictable. You want to change it up and make the enemy have to think about one more thing. And that one more thing would just happen to, you know, get me the kill on the tank, which is great. So now I can take high ground, and now I can force the situation a little bit more. Unfortunately, tree does come up, blocks my LOS quite a bit. So I'm just trying to give, you know, trying to take the heat off my team as much as I can by playing the high ground a little bit, and give our Mercy an exit as well. So I don't want to hide in the corner. Because Overwatch it's a 5v5. It's a team game. You know, you can't do it by yourself unless you're playing against some bots. But so thinking about those little things about like peeking the Mercy a little bit more often than you would normally do it, don't LOS the heals, that type of thing. It pays off in spades. It was a nice shot by me. You're welcome. I don't really like the sim pick against Widow. The aggressive Orisa, I really like. That was a really good push. I do understand that they went sim to probably get those turrets out and help them out a little bit more. But I do play a lot of sim as well, so I can kind of read the minds.
You thought you could kill me? You can't kill me, bitch!
I happen to get lucky here again. Team stacked on me when I called for it, and it was great. The Orisa thought she could kill me, she couldn't, which is great. Again, playing Widow, you want to play a little bit further back, obviously as a sniper. Unfortunately, like, I'm ineffective here right now because nobody's pushed out to cart because they know there's a Widow. Take a nice jabby to the face. And now I'm sort of panicking here as well because I know we're hitting down to the wire. We only got like 40 seconds left. And unfortunately, I think the D.Va's the only one up right now. And take a random sim orb to the face. And of course the customary swap to Tracer to get the point.
I think we can make it. One last touch.
Yeah, but my duo does make a call out saying, hey, we can get the point, no problem. He's kind of the guy that like keeps me level-headed a little bit. I just know that when that timer runs down, I do want to be on point or at least near it. You know, kind of force the overtime. You know, we're gonna go down swinging, right? And we're lucky we had a nice D.Va bomb there. With the Mercy res in off cooldown, it was kind of turned out to be perfect timing. I don't think it was planned out that way, obviously, but just having to be perfect timing. And we happen to cap a point and
Great play, dude.
take 3 points on the first round, which competitive is never, at least in my well, it's never over till it's over, right? Is the old saying. And having capped 3 points, I mean, it makes their job a lot harder, and obviously makes our job a lot easier. But you know, comebacks happen for a reason, and one of those things that you can't become overconfident with how something's going just because it's
Honestly,
you know, you capped all 3 points.
I aim to devastate. I know she's still in there.
One thing that
If I
I've
could just run
learned
some tests.
about Overwatch over the last couple of years is it's a lot about tempo,
Let's
right?
finish this
You want to,
quickly.
you're only with these randoms for half an hour, right? So you got to learn, okay, is my tank the over aggressive type where I have to match his energy or match him, or you know, are they a playback type of tank, or play point type of tank and play more defensively, and then okay, how do I support him that way? Same with your supports, you know, even coming down to skill level, it's okay, are they playing, you know, a certain hero because that's what people say is like a good pick? Do they watch, I don't know, bronze to GM or unranked to GM grinds because, and now they pick that hero because they think, oh, if that guy can do it, I can do it too. Which I don't like those videos. Personal opinions, but yeah, I got the lucky shot on the sim, but we're getting flanked and over. I don't know if you guys can see it in the hand cam, but I actually did run out of mouse space, which rarely happens in Overwatch for me, even with the lack of space that I do have.
ran out of death space.
The plot thickens.
So now we're kind of getting to the point of like, okay, if they cap, they cap. If they don't, then I'll push up. But now that I am playing Widow, I should have played it a little bit differently because now they're just going to hide behind cart,
No one
and
can hide from my
we're down,
sight.
like, I think we're down a tank, right? And it's an easy cap. I did call for someone to touch it, but obviously, you know, it is what it is.
Thank you.
You know, again, I teach my buddy one thing, and you know, that thing kind of sticks with him. So he's got to make his own decision, his own judgment in the matter. This upcoming fight here, or this current fight here, as a Widow player, is a little bit tough because now you're... Well, here, I should have repositioned way earlier. I'm playing straight on with cart, and that gives them mobile coverage, like I mentioned earlier. I don't care about Reapers diving on me because I can do that.
Any last words? Thank you.
And the sim wall is great, except I don't think she was watching. I think it was more of a panic wall, in the sense that it only gave them an extra couple of feet of cart push. Or if she would have played it perpendicular to the way she played it, they would have gotten a little bit more value out of it. Great for us, but just something to pay attention to. Lucky pick on the Reaper, to be totally honest with you. Somebody put that wall there. As soon as we got to that area, I was never there before. Trying to help our Mercy out to show the turrets so she can get the res off. But unfortunately, it was all for naught. They cap right there. And we kind of live to fight another day. Throughout this, I do try and work on the ult tracking, you know, just based on time. based on time, kind of like, okay, this person's been alive for X amount of time. He's gotten X amount of kills. How's he playing it? He's playing it weird. I actually really like the Ashe pick. My buddy takes, he only plays the 2 heroes Ashe cast, so that's all you're going to see from him. But I do really like the Ashe because, especially in our levels, people panic when they're on fire. I mean, I know I do. So as you can see there, the Reaper kind of panicked and TP'd in, or faded in, tried to TP out, but if you guys notice, TP only went like 1.5 feet and it was ineffective anyways. So this part of the map is actually really tough for me as a Widow player. There's nowhere for me to go. So I figured, yeah, we'll just down cart if I have to. Especially if they're playing like somewhat aggressively, it's a lot tougher as a Widow player here. And I was hoping to swap characters, but I did get the res, which is fine. I mean, I totally get Mercy's POV on that one. You have to get the extra body in there. I'm really lucky that our Life Weaver did have ult as well. Forced Reaper to fade back, and unfortunately, it don't get to finish.
Take cover. The tree is gone.
No one can hide from my sight.
Obviously, having Widow walls is helpful, but if I don't hit those shots, those one shots, and I need the follow-ups, which, I mean, playing, you know, one hit characters, Hanzo, Widows, if you have a good team, it doesn't really matter if you get those one taps, because, you know, you can have your team follow up on those body shots, which we saw our Mercy do earlier. It was a little bit of an early bob on that fight. I don't want to say it was a panic bob, but I think I'm listening to this without the commentary on, or the live commentary, gameplay commentary. So I can't remember if he said he wanted to ult and then swap. We're coming down to this sort of like the close range engagements of the map. So I really wanted to. So I was okay with that bob during the game. Get somewhat lucky pick on the on the Kiri. Unfortunately, it's all for nothing. And the solo ult from the Reaper on our last remaining hero teammate that was up. So again, just because you cap 3 easily, somewhat easily, doesn't always mean that the game is won. Because now they've capped it with more time bank. So that makes our attack harder and makes their defense and their attack easier.
Okay, I agree.
Cast is really good if you're getting dove. Getting pushed really hard, just the damage out gets better. So starting off, I end up swapping to Junkrat, mostly for the added damage, because at this point now they're not fearing the Widow to the point where they just hide. Right, and we're actually playing against a decently smart team who, instead of hiding behind the wall, they'll use cart as, once again, the mobile coverage, which for me makes the Widow job a lot harder.
25k.
And I feel like if my other DPS is an Ashe cast, the damage output isn't quite fast enough. Obviously you see the Reaper set up for an early pick, but you can't outsmart me. But I just like the whole idea of the mortar strike. I got lucky with that hook, getting caught on the fire hydrant. But getting that higher damage output from Junkrat, I think is more beneficial in terms of how they want to play this. Plus I also figure like we only have a minute in the overtime round, and if I can just spam the choke as a good Junkrat player, you know, just spam the choke, it's makes the attack a little bit easier for us. The Aorus swap was annoying because she just spins javelin and then I'm essentially ineffective. If you guys follow along long enough, you guys know that I play a lot of sim, but I don't really want to be only playing sim all the time. So it's one of those things where like I want to be well-rounded, but sim would have made an easy work of the Aorus, but still easy work anyways. Aorus being the pick that every low level thinks is like an amazing pick just because of her longevity in fights, I guess. My favorite way to play Junkrat, it will be the mortar technique. You know, you just mortar an area. We're kind of getting to the point of overtime where it's like everyone's staggered to point. You know, generally if you wait it out, regroup and attack as a 5-man unit, especially in overtime, it's much more beneficial than staggering out to take 1v5 just to delay the game. It's just a very panic move that I think we all fall victim to. And apparently that's again one thing, is my Mercy had the heal beam on me, so I thought she would have a Gaia target. Yeah, if you want to taxi, it'd be great. But obviously she did not. She fell off the map. No, I felt really bad. You know, I think Mercy players get a lot of flack, but you know, you get a good Mercy, it's great, and you want to try and keep them happy.
This situation calls for more bombs.
Unfortunately, though, this is as far as we get on the push. It's a decent push. It's a really good push.
That was good though.
But preferably, just for the extra insurance, I would have liked to have capped one more point, and if not, all of them.
Damn. I mean, those stats speak for themselves, dude. We out here.
We're trying, dog. So yeah, once again, we're gonna go back with the Junkrat pick. I was, during the game, I felt happy with my performance as Junkrat. Most of the times I go for AoE damage with Junkrat. And I definitely hit some direct impacts that other times I'd panic on and it just wouldn't work. But yeah, again, I was happy with it, and you know, the damage output was great.
Follow the rules and we won't have a problem.
And while I can build ult pretty fast with Junkrat, it's also one of those things where
Sadly,
they had
Car agrees.
Curie,
They want their hands on it, and they're willing
Marissa,
to get it.
Reaper,
That one locked me for a good 10 seconds.
and Sim less so. But it's kind of like you gotta wait out kind of cooldowns, right? You don't want to immediately throw Tire, knowing that they have Fade, Suzu, Fortify, and I was lucky here that they went Hog.
Oh no.
But I feel like even Hog could tank a Tire. That's one thing with Overwatch, though, is that there's a lot of micro thinking that you have to do as well, right? Cooldown tracking, ult tracking, positioning, the quote-unquote counter swapping, which is apparently a huge deal in Overwatch.
I almost did, bro. Almost.
But I look at Overwatch as like a game of hockey, right? You're 5-on-5. You have your 3 forwards, your 2 defensemen. Your tank is like your centerman, the guy who goes up the ice and comes back to play D, plays offense. And the point is kind of like your goalie. You want to protect it, but you also want to score on it. You know, it's both teams' goalie.
I am indefatigable.
So trying to think about how the sport of hockey is played and how Overwatch is played, to my mind, is very similar. Where, you know, you want to have your grindy guys up against, you know, the more skill guys, and that's what counter swapping to me is like. If that makes sense. To me, that makes sense, but so now they go May, which is another thing I have to worry about because I have to wait for May to use block. Because you want to try and get the most value out of everything you do, right? If you're set up in a position, it's like, okay, why would I set up in this position over the other one? Is it to get, you know, 1 free pick maybe, or do you play over here to get 2 free picks? Like it comes down to just which gives you more value. Can you hear me waiting here because I'm trying to like listen out? I delay this as much as I can, and I just happen to get 2. Kind of the 2 that I was worried about more so.
Let's go, dude. 48.
And the game is won. You guys hear me being upset with 48. My highest kill in Overwatch is 50, which happened way back in Overwatch 1.
Glorious game. OT for the fucking
Playing Diva, but you know, Overwatch is one of those games where it doesn't really matter how many kills you get, you know, because you could be sitting in the back line as Widow, as you guys saw, and just picking everybody, but if your team doesn't push the cart, or B, the other team just happens to get
that was hard fought.
better picks, like more high value picks,
I was
it's
fully convinced. I was like, fuck, like we're gonna fucking draw here.
it's very
And I was like, wait,
backwards in a sense. But
that first point, then we chill.
you know, again, as a DPS, you do want to get as many kills as you can, and I was really proud of myself and my duo for getting kills, you know, in the 40s.
I was gonna play Widow, but I have a tendency to not have good follow-up games. That's fair. That's fair.
Right, like,
Yeah, but absolutely.
you guys probably heard the in-game commentary there. I do have
just potato.
that pattern of I'll pop off in game 1 as Widow, go like, you know, 40-0 type of games, and the next game I'll go 0-40. And my message to everybody is that happens. You know, that kind of gameplay is typical. I mean, I've seen tournament players, I've seen, you know, some of the best NHL players in the world have an absolute killer game in game 1, and then game 2 they're the one that's holding back the team. You know, and these are Hall of Fame level guys. And it's the same thing with Overwatch, right? Like, you could have killer games, absolute amazing first game, and second game is just trash. So it's not worth getting upset over. You know, first and foremost, it's a video game. You're playing for fun. You know, yes, we play comp because we want to rank up and we want to see the shiny emblems and all that. But at the end of the day, you know, I don't think many of us are doing these to play competitively in tournaments or make money doing it. I mean, shit, I make YouTube videos. I don't want or have plans to make money from it. It's just something I enjoy doing, and that's one thing that keeps me going. You know, it's one of those things that do something for a hobby, and you know, it's not gonna ruin your mental health, which If you guys watch my
Except for Bat.
New Year's update, you know, that's something I did struggle with. Not because of the games, but having consistently bad games did throw me in that loop because I felt like, you know, a content creator where
Let's take high ground here. Left side. Yeah.
I had to make content and had to constantly remind myself, no, that's not why I do things. Yeah, well, anyways, we get into this game, I play Soldier, and I realize that they have Genji, and I can't hit my shots. So I ended up swapping. And I mean, right off the bat, it's playing Echo has been a lot of fun, but right off the bat, it's been really, really high value. Because if you're new to Overwatch, or if you maybe something you don't realize, Genji can't deflect beams. He can't deflect sim beams, May freeze, Echo beam, Moira suck. And we're playing high ground here now. I was gonna drop just to help out, but with the window up, that's quick and easy picks that I didn't want to deal with. Lamp goes up, I don't have anything on cooldown, so I just back out the fight, not worry about it. With Overwatch, with any shooter games, you want to play high ground as much as you can. But it becomes shooting fish in a barrel type thing. I'm going to try and, you know, kite back a little bit here, get the team back to regroup form. Having to just cancel that ult of the Sojourn. And I do like copying the supports more. Or more and more these days. Just you got 3 supports on your thing, or even if you have, like, you know, go down 1.
That was me. That was also me.
It's one of those things that, you know, you get more healing out there. Especially BAP. Copying BAP's a lot of fun, and I play a lot of BAP, so it's fun.
Behind wall there, but whatever.
I get definitely overconfident in this game, thinking that there's an easy DPS diff.
Honestly, I love the
But
camera.
never underestimate your opponents. It takes 1 lucky shot. So there's no sense in me pushing up too far here because I can see my team is kiting back. And I did have full confidence that we could win this game. We just felt more, maybe not coordinated, but more put together as a team, I guess. So I did feel like,
Oh my god.
you know, the confidence was a lot higher than normal, or I guess the ego was a lot higher than normal.
Take the
I mean,
robot.
not like that.
have it.
As you can hear me, I need to call out that the Sojourn gets
I
lucky.
mean, Somber Mercy to get it, but
Repositioning.
I still stand by that. Somber Mercy could get it.
We take you where you need to go.
Oh damn it! You were supposed to drop that shield.
Dusting off.
This also kind of comes down to the whole paying attention to the game. If you're down to like 1v5 or 2v5, don't ult.
Disintegrated.
You know, unless it's unless situation dictates that you should ult. Like if you're gonna win the fight, maybe ult. But if you're getting dominated and 3 of your teammates go down immediately, don't ult. It's not worth it. And obviously the Brig ulted and the team died. And or I guess team died, then Brig ulted, and then it's not a valuable ult. Ult timing is just as important as cooldown tracking.
Honestly, dude, you just got shredded.
Human error.
Do I beam him a mile away because everyone else can beam me a mile away? I don't. My teammate gets a follow up on that. My duo.
Reach him. I hit those. Oh, right here.
Take caution.
And use your ears because the sound cues in Overwatch are really good.
Oh, she's under.
Again, took the ego chow.
We I'm sorry, she's going out the outside. Main.
Doesn't pay off. I should probably stop trying to ego chow. I'm not as good as I think I am. I'm like theoretically smart at Overwatch, but not practically smart.
Oh, I have copy. I can copy RAM later.
The barricade proceeds.
Advancing upward.
Over there.
Approaching the final destination.
I like to talk about how
Exerting force.
positioning is really important, but also dynamic positioning, to where you don't always play the same angle, the same spots every fight. You definitely want to try and mix it up, because you gotta play psychological as well. So close to the ult, I couldn't get it. Alright, but if you're a widow who takes the same window every time, then it becomes predictable, and they're just gonna have someone waiting
Shooting a brig shield.
to aim at the window, standing at the window, something.
Maybe he does. I don't know. I just suck.
And same with the flying characters like Farah, Echo. If your flight pattern's the same, it becomes easier to hit you, where if you fly straight up, maybe move to the left and arc down, it becomes, easy tracking. Just because human nature to read patterns quickly.
Nope, don't want to deal with that.
So again here, even though I have like the biggest fucking ego, I opt to not take that Widow duel because she has one, better positioning, better distance, or range rather. Right here though, I'll take it. It's I'll just throw pot shots out. Even just to get the information of like what the enemy health is at.
Behind us, I think. Or maybe it's just Kyle.
I definitely thought I heard something here. Yeah, I did. It's the brig. The brig's out of position, and now that's an easy stagger.
30 seconds remaining.
Oh my god.
I need a health restore. This ends now. Come on, we let them take the robot.
Lucky on those sticks too. It's always so satisfying on Echo to hit all the sticks. I was determined to get Ram ult this time. And while it didn't pay off, our Sigma came up with a huge follow-up on the Flux. And now I know what my job is to Echo diff. I'll hit her with every cooldown. I'm not against that.
Shit, bro.
This gameplay wasn't too much about positioning and whatever. It's
Play of the game.
the ability to adapt is a big one, and just kind of reading certain situations.
Advancing upward.
That was a nice combo though.
Gorgeous. Oh, what's the rank? Okay. 58%.
And for those of you who've been here long enough, I was stuck in Bronze 5 for the longest time. I would have consistent placements where I would go, at the time it was like 7 games to win, or 7 wins and you rank. I'd go like 7-2 and then rank up nowhere, not even the percentage change. When it became 5 to win, I would go like 5-1, 5-2, and still no change. until I can't remember what season it was, where I think we had to do placement games to get a quote unquote new rank, and the new rank happened to throw me in silver 3. I want to say silver 3, and then it didn't rank me up higher or lower for like the longest time. I'm talking like the entire season. I didn't move, no matter how well I played or how poorly I played. Even if I ranked down, at least I knew it was working. But at the time, I didn't go anywhere.
I have yet to see a report on your latest experiment.
All right, so I go with the Sombra pick here. This is team composition. Doomfist, he's going to be one in the back line, the enemy back line. And then Moira Brig, you know. Have you installed the finals yet? With Brig,
Fuck, that's
the Brig pick with Doomfist, that's
I was gonna download it.
you know, pretty divey. And then same with Moira. I don't actually remember who my buddy plays here. I think he plays Ashe as well. Honestly, his Ashe close range or distance is really good.
About how long did it take you to download it? I'll be honest, dude.
Enemy spotted.
So anyways, we get information quick. Sombra, obviously, with the invis is no one can see you. I try and get out. Do I get out here? No, I think I die here. Yeah, I die here. I'm still adjusting to the timing of the translocator. I learned Sombra, obviously, everyone else did. I learned Sombra when you could place translocator and then just recall to it. I've gotten used to it, but the timing of it is what I struggle with. A little over aggressive, Mercy. So, you know, we had to show her what was right.
So happy right now.
A little preoccupied.
But I mean, yeah.
Let me try that again.
Totally get it.
I think this competitive game was a little bit more of a matchup for us. I really wanted to get into the back line to hack D.Va, but obviously I with the bomb in the way I couldn't. Probably one of the cleanest sequence of shots.
You're mine now.
Destroy it. Oh. Doesn't take it over. It just deactivates it. Man, that'd be sick. I know, right? I thought about it.
I think that'd be a really cool change to Pylon is if you can hack it and take it for the entire hack duration.
Oh, damn it, Doomfist, I need you to not back up on that.
Yeah, well, I was hoping our Doomfist would engage a lot harder there, just so that I can get more value out of Sombra. I thought about playing in front of the Coalescence, but that didn't work. Now, one of my favorite things to do, obviously, is to hack ults. Hacking ults is demoralizing. If you've ever had it happen to you. For some reason, D.Va just doesn't turn around. I get lucky with the DMAC. And now we got Bob playing Bouncer here, which is great with the quick DMAC.
Cast down that way.
And we're just lucky enough to cap first round. This is some toxic duo.
You son of a bitch. I had our EMP virus hacked. Full of lead. No. Cowgirl's got a ride on top, huh?
Real glory comes from
Did you
helping
get it? Did you get the sex
people,
joke? Did you get
not hurting them.
it? I did.
We
Thanks,
may
man.
have different definitions.
Look at that ass. Look at that ass. I'd hit that. Yeah. Dude, Sombra could get it, bro.
I wasn't gonna leave that in the video, but
I sent for
I still fucking stand by it.
Hundy.
I think I sent for Sombra.
Break those. Beautiful.
You're mine now.
Oh, hot. Nice.
I think the one thing that I struggle with on Sombra is timing. Again, tempo.
Good follow up. Watch Mercy.
I have a tendency to like hack quicker than I should instead of being a little bit more patient with it.
I'm not done just.
But I have, obviously, since I started at the tail end of Overwatch 1, I started, and I picked up Sombra, I think, early Overwatch 2, and been learning as much as I can. Obviously, that doesn't get showcased there, but it, you know, it has gotten better. If you guys watch any of my other Sombra videos,
I don't think so.
my idea here is to hack the hog, take him off of cooldown. I go hack the health pack, quicker health pack respawn. You know, trying to get on the Doomfist good side, essentially. Cass doesn't extend, but he's plays poor positioning, so I try to punish him here. I was just lucky enough we got the dynamite follow-up. I do a lot to try and prevent Mercy, enemy Mercies from being productive. Because if they get the res off, that could swap the whole fight.
Shit, you got the hot back. Oh, I can't hack out of that one.
That was obviously... That's one of those moments again, don't ult.
Dude, I just watch an actual...
Right, you can see the kill feed. If you guys don't have the setting turned on, turn on enemy and teammate death notification sounds. It's one of those things where you're losing the fight and you go to ult. You know, you think you can get ult back pretty quickly. It's one of those things that, yes, you may get ult back fast, but there's a higher chance you're going to waste the ult. Again, here, I'm not too happy with the ult by our Moira, but... Oh, I didn't even notice this. She fades off the map. Well, that's fun. But if you're down one, maybe two, you can ult if you believe that it can turn the fight. But if it's an ult to kind of just even stay alive, you know, unless you're D.Va or Doomfist, I don't think it's worth it. And I know I'm not alone in that thought. I know a lot of people don't like it here. I try and get max value out of the Sombra ult, but I don't know how 90% of the team disappeared.
Nice. That's a good stagger.
We talk a lot about staggering the opponents, but when you're in this low level, I think every fight's a stagger.
Damage orb instead.
And I'm back wheel for Mr.
But you're gonna have much more success in Overwatch if you play 5v5 as opposed to, you know, 3v5, 2v5, 1v5. And I'm gonna cover the hog body because I don't want her getting the res off. That was a nice effort, poorly timed though. Coalescing the resing Mercy.
No way.
But again, yeah, poorly timed. It's all about tempo, right? So figuring out the speed of your team.
Not done just
I'm gonna
yet.
go under. He thought he was done.
It's a lot tougher when you're playing with, you know, a bunch of randoms. I decided to go under this time. I was hoping to come up and like EMP, but I'm an idiot and I don't pay attention sometimes when I'm hyper focused and I'm thinking, oh, that's gonna be a sick play, like I'm gonna do this. It doesn't really work. And I probably should have chased Mercy under. I think that would have been a better value. That, but again, I did panic. which happens.
My power emanates.
Trying to keep me out? I don't think so.
These are tests. Oh!
Squeal for me, Cerdito.
But there's so many like nuances to Overwatch compared to other games. Like we were coming from a big Apex grind, Warzone as well, Rainbow Six Siege.
You still have any con?
What else were we playing? I think that's all we were playing at the time.
What's in it for me?
And
How for you?
the mentalities are really different.
No.
Because
So-
in Apex, like we've had success 1v3ing a team,
You know what? I think I have to play Tracer, please.
and in Overwatch you can't really do that.
Angry midget.
And it's easier to find tempo in games in battle royale games. You know, it's
Anti-Tracer.
Last chance. Let's finish this.
Is that 100p going Tracer again, right? I got to. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
just one of those things you gotta remember when you play Overwatch. So I do pick Torp here. No real reason, I don't think. But I found this really dirty Torp spot. If you guys see this backstairs by Mini on point. And it's apparently just hyper effective. Normally here I'd play Sim, Reaper, just out of preference really. See, I can just walk out and grab that orb. I could not. Being like 10 and that Widow couldn't hit me, I mean, it's clear DPS differential. Oh, happy about that, but you're gonna see me reposition.
Dude, I've never tried this spot before.
Oh, maybe that's coming up next fight. Again, changing positions, right? Like as a Torb, I tend not to play on my turret too much. Here I am, but I have the chance to. But never play on turret. You want to create a crossfire. Definitely gets, again, more value out of your utilities, you know, to your team. And the one thing that I do like is if you create that crossfire with the turret, they try and think about and focus taking down the turrets, right? Like especially in our levels, they focus on destroying the turrets before they engage. So they turn around and give their back to you. Again, that's that creates more of a valuable play towards you. I do apologize, I don't know what happened to the audio here. I've been having OBS issues, but it only lasts for this portion of the video, so I don't know why that is.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
So happy it's a fucking bot. Oh shit. Honestly true. I heard the shots and didn't realize where she was, and she was shooting at me from like our side.
No way.
Missing every shot, and I was like, what's going on here?
Oh, I love that.
That ends the video for today. I mean, if you guys learned anything, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you guys haven't already, drop a like on the video. Do you guys have any suggestions on what I could do differently or should do differently? I would
Actually, no.
also like
So you know those
that information,
steps that, like,
as I'm still learning.
mega off the map?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I put them on the steps.
I'll catch you guys in the next one.
Oh.
So they're hidden by the capture ring and
Okay.
the stair elevation.
Ooh. Man, that's fucking genius.
That's dirty. Dirt nasty. My turret didn't get destroyed once.
That's cool.
Got low half. And then I destroyed it to move it. It's all about getting in the mind, right? Because you're like, okay, that torp turret's, when we enter spawn, it's on the left side. It's going to be on the left side. We played on the right side, and then all of a sudden you move it to the right side, and then they're like, oh shit, he tricked us. That man has brain.